Is there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to the Palouse, Pullman, Washington Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Washington State ready to kick off as it's time to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Washington's offense will have the football first. Guys, every now and then you can take the emotion of rivalries for granted, but last year when the Huskies and Cougars got together, that was as dramatic as anything you could think of, a cathartic win for the Cougs, who sent UW off with an L.
This is a tremendous rivalry, the Apple Cup, and it looks a little bit different now that they're no longer conference opponents, but that doesn't mean they don't like each other any less, David. These two teams go at it. The fan bases dislike each other enormously, and we're expecting a great one today.
Well, and you always love it with the bragging rights, right? In the state of Washington, whoever wins this football game, you get to talk. Last year, Rodgers puts up a bunch of numbers, but it wasn't enough. Washington State got the dub. Big game, big matchup.
Williams will pass. He'll throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Boston. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Nestles it in at the 35. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So the Washington State Cougars offense will go to work for the first time today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this cornerback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
Runs through the tackle. A continual subplot since these two first squared off in 1900 is Washington State trying to prove it deserves the same respect and status as UW.
And I think oftentimes the great rivalries out west are forgotten in college football. This game between Washington and Washington State is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy that with conference realignment, they were able to keep this game on the schedule because it is always fun to watch.
It is fun, and it's for the Apple Cup, and here's the cool thing. These teams, they're not in the same conference anymore. They used to be for years, but this rivalry still lives because it still matters to the Washington and Washington State fans.
Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. First play of the period will be a second down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Washington State lines up quickly.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Good timing on the quick out. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And it makes it so hard on the defense trying to stop these guys because they're not just throwing it to wide receivers in the passing game. They've got a huge weapon here at tight end, and he just shows you how difficult he is to bring down after the catch.
The Cougars have it with a 1st and goal. On the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cougars! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Out of the gun, the inside give. Past the sticks and still on his feet. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the 1st down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. They'll snap it from the 26 on 1st down. Rides to back and leaves it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Here comes the hurry up. Williams looking for a man. Quarterback floating away from pressure. At the 40, there he goes. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that 1st down.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he grabs it at the 15. Touchdown, Huskies! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You could tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the bread basket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job at getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's caught downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Pass completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Under fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Looking to fire. Throwing right. It's complete. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Washington State going back to work on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. And the Cougars have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Pocket breaking down. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Find some fresh air. Turning it on. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
There's a couple of ways to deal with quarterbacks that can run like that so well. QB contain. Keep those ends outside and wide. Keep them in the pocket. And put a spy on him. Put a guy in the middle of the field who's really fast that has the ability to go get that guy.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington State.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's an 80-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Huskies and Cougars. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. A lot of intrigue with this second half still to come as we send things back to the Evergreen State.
Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead...
Oh, out of space. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Cougars, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Complete to the left. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, and you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Going with the counter play here. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Washington State will come to the line with a 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Big fella moving. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Motion from the wideout. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cougars.
Man, oh man, what a day. His 3rd touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything and padding those stats. And all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, that's a good day.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Washington. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Green. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
That's the end of the quarter, and Washington State has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. They go to the wide receiver screen. It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. Washington wants to go quickly.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these 1st downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
The Huskies can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Throws to the tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Huskies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Caught behind the line. It's Green. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? The Huskies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Williams will pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He caught it. He kept him out of the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. He's looking to pass. Bringing the heat. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball fell.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Washington. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. He'll set up to throw. It's complete to the left. He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Going up top. He's got it along the sideline. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.